Yeah, I mean, we've been back now, Gavin, with 2 weeks. This is going into our third week. So, like, the first week was county finals. So, I suppose you really say we're back kind of properly 2 weeks. And yeah, so it's great to be back out again. I mean, there's probably so much doom and gloom around with the COVID, and it's a difficult situation. So, look, it's actually great to get out, get a bit of fresh air, and do what you like doing and enjoy doing. And it's the same for the girls and for the management alike. So, we really missed it over the summer. So, it's fantastic to be back at it.
Absolutely, 100%. So much uncertainty there for a while with the lockdown, and it looked like we'd have no championship. And then when you get the go ahead, I suppose, to resume training, and the girls had their club season, and you have their full attention now, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's great that we do now. Really, I suppose this week is the first week where we'll have all the girls ready to go. Without club activity, based on the announcement last night, which is very disappointing for Ballymac, who are preparing for a Munster semi-final. So that's tough for them and for their club. But look, hopefully we played sooner rather than later. But from our point of view, I suppose it does give us that opportunity now where we can get the full panel together to prepare for the first round of the championship.
Absolutely, and of course, going back to the start of the year, of course, you were operating up in the top flight, and we're going well in Division 1 of the league before COVID hit, I suppose. And I suppose none of us saw that coming. It was really, really difficult, I suppose, to take.
Yeah, I mean, Gavin, we were very competitive in all the games, and that was the main thing. Like, we possibly could have won another game or two. So we were competitive against the top team. So we were delighted with that, because we started pre-Christmas, and we got a good training plan program in place, and I think we were all very positive about the performances more than the results. So once performances look after themselves, you'll get the results eventually. So yeah, we were in a good place, and like everybody else. We were disappointed when we were locked down, but the reality of the situation is we've been very fortunate that nobody has been affected health-wise within our group or within the wider group. So look, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. So we're in a fortunate position now, and again, as you say, for everybody's health and well-being, it's great to be outside and training and in the outdoors and playing the game that we enjoy to play.
Absolutely, I hit the nail on the head there, and of course during the lockdown as well it was difficult, but I'm sure the girls were working through their own regimes, with be it gym programs or out running. I know there Colligan Woods, there was a good few people out there during the summer as well, and things like that.
Yeah, well, I have to say our management team worked really, really hard to put a programme in place. Like Brian Lottie is doing the coaching, and Emma Doherty is there as well, and Mags McCarthy, and the whole management team worked really, really hard to get a programme in place, and the ladies themselves then put in massive work during the lockdown. It was almost as if there was more work went in during the lockdown, from the point of view that there's so much extra work goes into planning and everything, but the uptake from the players was phenomenal as well. So we were very proud of the way we managed that whole lockdown situation, and hopefully that will stand us in stead as the championship comes around.
Yeah, a lot of groups were the same, I suppose. I know there was WhatsApp groups, and thrown up to various times. There was so many 5k runs done, etc. And you need to, I suppose, keep that communication up, keep that bit of banter going as well during that period.
Well, absolutely, because it was a difficult period for everybody, and the thing that you like doing is taken away from you, and you just do need that social contact, which is, look, I suppose it's an aspect of the game that we maybe overlook. We focus really on the games, but that actual social contact, spending time with your friends, that's massively, massively important. So we were able to recreate that then by communicating through Padlets and different plans, and having Zoom meetings, and whatever technology was available, we took it up, and we were hoping just to fill that vacuum that is left when you're not in the group and you don't have that social contact. So that worked well for us.
Definitely, and looking ahead to, of course, a couple of weeks' time now, you do venture into action in the All-Ireland Championship. Great to be looking forward to a championship, and you're in a tough group with Dublin, of course, who are going for their 4th All-Ireland in a row, and Donegal. So I'm sure, when that group was made, certainly it's a tough group, but I'm sure one you'll certainly look forward to.
Well, I suppose in relation to that, Gavin, over the last 4 or 5 years in Waterford, there has been great progress made with the ladies. Ladies footballers have incrementally got better. And why are you getting better? You're getting better because you want to go up and you want to compete against the best teams in the country. Dublin, obviously, are the All-Ireland champions. So we're actually really looking forward to it. It's maybe not a normal preparation for any team. So maybe there will be opportunities that will come up as a result of that. So we're actually in a really good position. I know maybe the outsider look in and say, "Oh, that's a really tough draw," and it is. There's no taking away from it. It's a difficult draw, but the last couple of games against Dublin, we've got a bit closer. This year, we felt we were a bit closer than last year, and look, we're just looking forward to taking on the challenge now. It is a difficult challenge, but it's great to be there, and it's great to have the opportunity to take on the kingpins, because that's what you're always aiming for and achieving, looking to achieve. So yeah, it's great.
And of course, he had a good battle with Donegal earlier on the stage in the league encounter, and of course he'd have played him numerous times over the last couple of years. Again, very little to choose between the teams, and again, that's one you won't fear either.
Yeah, I mean, look, Donegal are a top-class team, and I suppose in the old system, basically what they would have done is they would have seeded the best teams in the province. So Donegal would have been seeded number one in that. So in relation to our group, I suppose we would have got two first seeds. So look, they're a really good opposition. We played well against them in the league, in fairness, but I suppose they would have one or two players that were in Australia that have come back and returned. So, look, they'll be formidable opposition. But again, that's where we want to be, and that's what we want to do. We want to take on the best teams. Yeah,
absolutely. And from a panel point of view, then, Ciaran, nice blend of youth and experience there. You've brought in a lot of young players. There's great talent here in the county. So much difference, I suppose, from the panel earlier on the year, even maybe last season, as you stand heading into this campaign.
Yeah, look, it's a constant evolution and a change of players. Like the core of our players, we're very, very lucky, are really, really committed and have been there for the last number of years, and their age profile is quite good. They're kind of 20, 21 up to 25, so we don't, our age profile as a panel is really, really good. But look, every panel changes and evolves every year, and we've been no different this year. And look, I'd say like any other panel, we've maybe had one or two casualties to COVID and their work situation and whatnot. But on the other side of that, then we have managed to get in an extra couple of players that are bolstering the squad. So yeah, so look, it's constantly working towards improving the group and getting better, and that's what we're doing.
Absolutely. And I suppose a final note then, I know I've alluded to it with various managers and coaches over the last couple of months, and been involved with the county minors myself. We were back at it last night, and inter-county is getting the go-ahead. So touch wood, it can get the go-ahead, and it's preparing for a winter championship, which is something different, but that in itself is something to look forward to, and good to be back at it.
Yeah, and I suppose, look, you hit the nail on the head. It is going to be different, so we'll be looking at that as well. There's going to be slightly different focus to maybe the different player. Maybe the conditions will suit different types of players that they wouldn't have suited in the summertime. So they're all considerations we have to take in to consideration in terms of picking the team and in terms of preparation for it. So, and look, the weather conditions are bound to play a much bigger role than they would have in the summer as well. So look, all those things generally. As championships go on, and particularly in the club season, if you look at results of games as a championship goes on and gets deeper into winter, they generally come closer together. Teams generally on the scoreboard come closer together. So yeah, so look, with the winter conditions comes opportunities, and we'll be hoping to capitalise on those.